Okay, so I have marked here the beginning of this pipe basically, and I marked a foot, every foot, because I know every foot there has to be a drop of 1/4 inch in this long pipe here to the gray water tank. So I'm just gonna mark so I know the top of that is right there, which means I can measure that, and that is 5/8, and 1/4, that's 7/8. So I know that at this spot the top of the pipe should be 7/8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7/8, which is right on the line where 2 pieces of wood meet. And then up over here I have 7/8, and then I add, that's a 1 1/4. So that's where the drop will be, the top. And then here, that was 1 1/8. So 1 1/8, and then that will be 3/8. 1 3/8. Next one. And then this one, 1 3/8 and 5/8, right there. Now this next piece of 1.5 inch PVC, I cut it 12 inches because we're gonna have a sink over here. So I have these 2 pieces that I got. They're gonna hook up for the sink. And notice how the one I got, this one is angled. That way when the water is falling down, it tends to go this way to the drain instead of trying to go back to this way where the shower pan is. So let me see if I can fit this in here. This guy goes over here. I'm not ready yet to put the shower pan in and glue everything, so I'm just gonna mock this up like this. Okay, there we go. Alright, I have over here 2 1/4 inch hole saw. That's the hole saw you're gonna need for either this 90-degree elbow or this one. This is for the closed washer drain. So I need to have it going up here, and we're gonna have that box, and it's gonna be draining down this 1.5 inch pipe. Since my washer drain will be coming over here and then turning this way, I need to drill a hole here and add a 90-degree elbow there, as that pipe is going to be going down parallel to the shower drain. Okay, so I got this 90-degree elbow. This one is the sharp elbow. I don't have any more like these that are curved. I have to buy them at Lowe's or Home Depot. But I'm just testing this out now like this. There we go. So then I have to have a piece right here. And then this needs to go down and slope down. Degree elbow here is one that's not a sharp, as I don't want to put a sharp 90-degree because it restricts the flow. This is for the drain for the washer. Alright, that's how it looks. And we're gonna have one over here, HEPA valve, and then the box. There's the progress. So this one actually has a little bit more than 1/4 inch slope per foot, and that's okay. You should have between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch drop per foot, no more than that. This is basically how it's looking. Since this one is sitting higher, it has to be done like this until here they're meeting, and it's gonna go all one pipe only. So I got this handy pack by OT that has the purple primer and the regular cement. First thing I make sure is that there's no debris in the pipe or on the pipe. There's no burrs or anything sticking out. So I take this purple primer and then I put it on the inside here all around, and then I put it around the pipe here, and then I take the cement and I do the same. Oh, I should have done the primer on this side too. Hold on. And cement. Did I do the cement on the inside here? Let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to twist, quarter of a turn. I'm going to hold, come on. I'm holding it. Now I'm doing this long pipe. It's interesting, the pipe is trying to get out. It's like getting pushed out. So you have to force it and hold it in place until it cures. I'm adding some of this insulation so the pipes don't rub against each other. Now I'm gonna install straight pipe onto this elbow. Okay. Now I'm doing this guy. That's for the sink. Okay, now like this. Alright, let me show you what I'm working on here. So coming out of the shower, the drain has a T over here, and that pipe going up, that's gonna be an air vent for the tank. And maybe for the toilet at the same time, or I might have a separate one for the toilet. I'll figure that out. And then over here, it's gonna come to another T like this, and go down straight into the gray water tank. And then this is gonna be for the sink. So I'm only gonna have one hole in the floor straight down into the tank. I know I have a stud right here. I have a screw, and it's 2 feet from the edge of the subfloor. So there's a stud right there. I know that this area here doesn't have any of the head channels under the bus. It's just sheet metal in that area. There's a head channel like over here. So I can drill this without a problem. I got the pipe mocked up and it's not glued inside, it's just placed there. And then I mocked up where I need to drill right there. And I have a hole saw that's bigger than the pipe. It's 3 inches to give me some wiggle room to move things around when I'm placing it. So I'm gonna go and start drilling here. So I removed the piece of subfloor that I cut out so I can work on the foam now. I actually have to get this foam out because it's blocking the drill, the hole saw. Now I've switched to a 2.5 inch hole saw because I came to the metal portion of the subfloor of the floor, and I am gonna get a bulkhead fitting, Uniseal bulkhead fitting to put on the metal so the metal is not scraping against the PVC. And therefore I need, per instructions for the Uniseal rubber seal, I need a 2.5 inch hole saw. And I have a pilot hole that I drilled with a previous saw, and then I stopped. So let's see if I can get this. Woo! Woo! I'm in. So there is still a stock storage box there that I have to remove, but it looks like something has built a nest there, probably a squirrel. There's nothing in there now, but it's probably some squirrel. But I have to remove that box, so I have actually 2 boxes I need to remove so I can put the gray water tank there. I need to widen this hole over here so it gives me enough wiggle room when I'm moving the pipe when installing it. I got my Uniseal here. I'm gonna try to install it from the top. If not, I might have to do it from the bottom. Oh, actually, that's fitting. That's good. That's perfect. That's gonna make sure that the pipe is not getting scratched up by the metal. Now I'm gonna get this Y and connect it to the down pipe. Now I'm gonna connect this pipe to the Y in the pantry. Now I'm gonna get some soapy water here. Put it on this Uniseal. Put it on the pipe here. Let's put it in. Okay. Okay. Now I can go in and prime these and connect them. Okay, hold it. I want to show you our drain plumbing before I close this up with a subfloor. We got this idea to raise the subfloor in the bathroom from Chuck Cassidy. So that's a great idea. This one over here, that's coming from our bedroom. There's going to be a small washing machine there. And then this one over here is coming from the shower. And then this one is going to be the small sink in the bathroom. They're going together over here and they meet up over here. The reason they meet up there instead of, let's say, over here is because this one is taller than this one in this area, but by the time they get down here they level off, so I don't want to have any water going back. And then there's a T over here for a urine diverter for the composting toilet. That goes now through the pantry, the slide out pantry, and it tees off up. That pipe is gonna go to the side of the bus. This is the driver side of the bus, for a vent for all the plumbing, as well as the vent for the gray water tank. And I might even connect the composting toilet vent into that, because that composting toilet has a fan that's going to be blowing air, and if I angle it right, it should blow outside and not get any smells inside the bus. That way I only have one hole. If there's a problem with smells coming in through the windows, let's say, then we're gonna just extend that pipe to the ceiling and go through the roof over there. But I'm trying to avoid drilling holes in the roof. And then that drain goes down through the pantry. It's gonna go under the base cabinets in the kitchen where the sink is, and it connects to the drain for the sink that's gonna be right above here, and then goes straight down into the gray tank. Only one hole in the bus for the drain, right above the gray tank. No need to run any plumbing around wheel wells or anywhere else under the bus. Let me know what you guys think. I got the Great Stuff big gap filler. I'm gonna put over here. I don't have an actual closed cell spray foam, but this should work. Just want to insulate this area. And then I'm gonna add some over here around the pipe. Just to help hold it. I'm gonna do the same thing over here under the bathroom where it goes through the framing.